Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel presents.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Saga here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. On today's episode, we will continue the adventure, and I feel that we are ready to leave this godforsaken town, so let us do so. Outside the walls, things are a mess. Dredge are everywhere. Fortunately, they're going around the hill on which Frostwater sits, heading south, and show little interest in following as you cross into the wastes. You're finally free of Frostwater, but you find yourself facing new problems. You hope that whoever Ivor knows at Wyrmtoe is willing to help. Okay, this is really not looking that great. We are going into quite the desolate place. I do wonder, why would you build a town that sits on the edge of a totally bad looking place? Okay, there seems to be something in that stone. A gaunt man and a woman approaches the caravan, hands held high. A word, friends, the man says. We are poor farmers down on our luck. The woman hits him and says, we're outlaws, plain and simple. 10 of us, and we'll help you in a fight for some food up front. What are your crimes? Misunderstandings, the man says. Mead houses are confusing. Never know when you're drunk. Your share? What? The woman hits him again and says, we've stolen, killed a few people, and then we had to... What? We've stolen, killed a few when we had to. Skills that might benefit you out here. I'm gonna send them away. We are so much more than that. The man stops as the woman glares at him. He nods and they snuffle away quietly. It takes until camp is set up to notice that a few of your supplies have gone missing. Oh, awesome. Yeah, they would still take our supplies, but I really don't think the morale would be improved. Look at these birds flying in a circle there. The caravan is buzzing with worry. In the distance, someone has spotted a large number of dark figures following you. The Dredge, cries one woman, but something about it tells you they don't look quite like Dredge. Gods be damned, chokes Onef, standing on one of the carts to get better view. Worse than Dredge, that's Akil. The news spread throughout the clansmen like wildfire. Akil, why would he start Odif unless he's after you, Onef? He's insane, interjects Onef, and unpredictable. That's a good number of fighters with him. Your mind races considering what to do. Outpace him. Dig in for a fight. Lead a charge keeping him away from the caravan. Try to work things out peacefully. Let's get some defensive position. Get ready, you shout, turning the wagons to form a wall. With weapons drawn, you wait. Eventually, you hear a shout on the wind. Rook, my good friend, we come to parley. He throws his weapon on the ground and approaches alone. Why would I believe a word you say? Rook, we were good friends. What happened? You tried to kill us. Just go back to Frostwall and leave us alone. Aw, Rook, it's your pretty girl. I'm glad nothing happened to her. With the Dredge, I mean. Why is this guy on his side? My friends, how could I forget everything you've done for me? Broke into my city, took my warriors, took my food, and then killed some people so you could take more food. That was a nice touch. Took one of my best men. How are you, Onef? Do they treat you well? Shove it up your ass, Echo. If you came out here to kill me, let's get it over with. Nothing like that. You must think you know me, or people like me. wanna tell you I'm crazy? I haven't survived because I'm crazy. I did what I had to do, or had to be done to make it in the Frost Floor. The only mistake I made was you. What kind of a man are you, Rook? You look like an average man to me, a man worried about his daughter, maybe just making his way. But then look behind you. How many people is that? They follow you, fight for you. Why? What kind of a man are you? I protect my kin, the kind who does what needs to be done. I'm doing my best like everyone else. I'm nobody special, that's a horrible answer. I protect my kin. That's pretty decent. Let's go with that. It's more than that, isn't it? You think everyone was born to lead, make hard decisions? Who do these people think you are? You saved them. You're a hero. Maybe that's more important than who you really are. What's your point, Echo? I'm your prisoner, Rook. Bind my hands. Frostbore is done. I can't survive there, thanks to you, my good friends. You may not have cut my throat, but you sentenced us to death. I don't believe that's who you are. Is this some kind of an apology? You can't trust me, I know that. Make me and my men as prisoners, if that's what it takes. Echo looks down at the ground, and then words come slowly to him. I'm not above begging. Take Ekil and his men as prisoners. Abandon them in the wastes. Ask Onev his opinion. Kill Ekil on the spot. Let them join you on strict terms. Yeah, I am not taking these guys in. Not a chance. What if I kill this Wyrmtoe? It would be kind of weird to ask Onev on his opinion. He obviously doesn't like Ekil. No, I'm not letting them join us. Let's ask. I'll be a hypocrite if I tell you to leave them. I don't know, Rook. You don't know me. How could you trust my word? I'm behind whatever decision you make. I don't think it's a good idea to be trying to protect the caravan, having to take care of prisoners, and then try to deal with any other issue that might arise. So, yeah, no. You have your allies gathered up, the weapons from Ekkel's fighters. I can't take a chance like this. Don't try to follow us. Now you're taking our weapons and leaving us in the wastes? Why didn't you just put a knife in my head the second we met, Rook? Do we not even deserve a good death? Alette grips your arm tightly. Wait, Dad, we can't do this. There are people like us. What if our clansmen do start to lose hope and look at you differently? I don't want to feel that way. Don't become someone who isn't my dad. If that's what you have to do, do it. Please, for me, don't do this. Okay, screw it, let's take them as prisoners. Listen, Ekil, we'll keep you alive, but look at one man, woman, or child the wrong way, and every last one of you gets cut down on the spot. Do you understand? I may be reckless, but I pay my debts. Those people are right to follow you, Rook. You're a good man. You have each man's head bound tightly and their bodies checked for weapons, making sure no mistakes are made. Things are certainly starting to feel complicated. God damn it. We should rest in camp to recover. Maybe we're gonna rest up and get our heroes to better health. Because goddammit, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, that's just bad. That's just bad. We have some unequipped trinkets here. Unfortunately, we do not have anyone who has high enough level to possess these. We have only 14 points of renown. So let us rest up and let's talk to one of the brothers, Hakon or Mogon or Hogan or whoever. Hakon is the Varl. Just take it easy for a while. People are noticing. Oh, they've noticed, have they? We're on the edge of dying daily and you want me to take it easy. Gods, I should be plowing twice as many fields, you understand? Don't get us thrown out of this caravan, Mogan. It's not just you who suffers. Right, so you get married, have kids, now I'm supposed to settle down too, yeah? What happened to the two brothers clam up as you approach? That's right, I've got a kid to take care of. Cool your head, Mogan. Hogan departs, leaving Mogan looking awkward. Rook, what brings you round? Just heard yelling, came to check it out. Sorry, blah blah blah. Nothing, I'll be good. You come running every time you hear yelling? Must be why you look so tired. Haha. Look, it's not secret. I like women, Rook. They like me. They like the scar. Forget it. Listen, all this death. Every night half the caravan cries itself to sleep. Pathetic. Come on, Rook, be honest. This is good living. Half of the world just tiling soul till they keel over. What kind of life is that? We're lucky. You could go your whole life with no goals, no purpose, nothing to fight against but boredom and hunger. I'm glad for all of this. I'm not sure I agree. Look at it like this. We're fighting to death almost every day, yeah? You can curl up in a little ball of fear. You can go high in the woods, eating nuts and appreciating leaves or some nonsense. Or you can enjoy the struggle. Know which one I pick. Anyway, just so you know, I'd never go for a let promising you death. Or Odiv. All yours. Yeah, one of them is his daughter, man. What the hell is wrong with you? You depart unsure whether your opinion of Mogan changed for better or worse. Let's take a look at the hero, see how the injuries are doing. Okay, one more day of rest. -5 supplies, morale has improved. And don't feel like doing some training. I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to leave. This is definitely not the best place. Look at these birds, man. It's like they're signaling something. Okay, it looks like there's an actual camp by another one of these godstones. We have one Varl in this party. We find a surprising number of people camped out at the Godstone. They've been here quite a while, ever since the sun stopped. Apparently they think Radomir, the sun god, has come back and they're worshipping him despite the bleak environment. They welcome the caravan, mingling and swapping stories with the others while you rest. They have almost nothing of value to trade, but their leader approaches and offers to let you join in their tribute. Accept their offer. Ask what this tribute involves. Gluten-free, one says, showing you a golden liquid in a silver bowl. He places some on his chest, which almost sounds like it's sizzling, and explains through clenched teeth it's a gift from the sun god, an oil that burns like the sun and lets them see things clearly. Yeah, we're not doing that. Sure, let's move on. Nobody can really agree on what Radomir looked like, as found as he was of his own isolation. He never directly contacted humanity. Most think he was a serpent that lived in the sun, and it's not uncommon to hear speak of seeing the tail of a great creature slipping through the thin clouds on a sunny day. Radomir was always one of the lucky gods, the kind who people thanked for good weather, healthy livestock, and good harvest. Despite all that, the biggest mystery has always been how his godstone came to be found at the bottom of a dried out lake. After some rest, you continue on. The sun god worshippers are keen to stay as you pack your things and return onto the road. Let us do that. And that will be the Radomir's Godstone achievement. I do wonder if those birds will be still there. Are there some corpses or something? I cannot understand why would they do this. And why is their morale going down when we have just camped like twice? Several people have noticed black vultures circling above the caravan. Taking advantage of the light snowfall, they pose no threat, but they have a visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. The next time you look back, a thief is firing arrows into the air which nearly tag the birds once or twice. Get lost, no death down here. She shouts to nobody in particular. What are you doing? Let her get out some aggression. Ask her to stop wasting arrows. Yeah, I'm not really sure if we can eat the vultures, you know? Let's ask her to do this. Olive gives you a sour look. These are my arrows, Rook. I'll shoot them at whoever I want. As she says this, she fires into the air, knocking one of the vultures out of the sky. She recovers it, holding it like a prize. You know, says Olive, scanning the caravan. A lot of these women, they could do this. You can tell from the look in their eyes she's excited about the idea. I think I'm going to start training them how to fight, she says. Yeah, sure. We can always use more fighters, you tell Olive. If Alette is any proof you know how to train someone with a bow, Olive gives you a smile. She heads off to some of the women in the caravan, showing them the vulture she shot down. Again, more supplies. It's another day. The sound of a skirmish alerts you to a varl surrounded by half-dozen armed fighters. One man spots you and shouts, "Leave us to our business. This varl killed my father without reason." The varl is about to respond when a man attacks. The giant swats the blade aside and silently watches for the next assault. Let us hear what the varl has to say. The varl shrugs as if unconcerned, saying, "This one's father and I had a business deal. He lied. Now he's dead." "Lies?" shouts the man. "You murdered him over a lie, you coward." The men wildly attack the varl, who deflects them well enough, but you're uncertain of how long he can keep it up. Yeah, I don't know if this is the varl who we are supposed to find. You know, the friend of our varl. Do we want to defend the varl? Is there a possibility he will join us? Let's go. Ivor, you say. We could use any varl with a good sword arm, couldn't we? He nods, readying his weapons. The men immediately back off, the prospect of fighting your entire army suddenly unappealing. They watch from a distance, shouting obscenities and something about injustice. The varl turns towards you. Didn't need the help, but if I'm going to travel, it may as well be in the company of other varl. He falls in line with the others as you return to travel. Wow, we have +1 varl. I don't know why the other one is not actually being counted in, but it looks like we have managed to clear out this godforsaken place and we are reaching some woods. Okay, we are gonna camp. A scout returns with a nearly frozen child. I almost stepped on her in the snow. Looks like she must have been running from something, he says. Patches of the blue mottle her pale skin, but her chest rises and falls ever so slightly. Even just carrying her along could kill her in a state like this, says a woman. We could be in danger here, quotes out another. Keep moving, but let the healers tend to her. Stop the caravan for a rest and tend to the girl. Yeah, we are gonna stop because our morale is going down. And, Wyrmtoe.
Wyrmtoe was never the kind of place someone would build a town. Fittingly, the Varl living here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
The Varl find you before you see them. Not surprising, with this many people behind you with weapons drawn, they demand to know why you're here, but back down when Ivor tells them he's come to see someone named Krummer. I think that's how you pronounce the name. I cannot guarantee it. Well, I'll be damned, says Krummer, or how in the hell am I supposed to pronounce his name? Ivor, Krummer, it's been a long time. Yeah, it has. So what brings you, Ingvar, to Wyrmtoe, with his very own village of humans? Bad news. Dredge are coming down from the north. We barely made it this far. That is dire news. Come on, we have food. We'll discuss more in the meat house. As you follow the old Varl into their Neanger town, you catch him quietly saying, if it were anyone else. I don't get it, but okay. I've talked with the warriors here. Sorry for that. I'll be honest with you. Half want to go north and find out what happened at Blotsborg? Some think we should go to Grofheim instead. None of them are happy you're here. What do you think, says Ivor. If I had it my way, I'd stay here and let the Dredge come. But you made this problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a Varl town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You've got women, children. We could pitch in, says Rook. Make this place livable. Krummer, it doesn't work like that. These Varl are here to get away from civilization, not to make one. Ivor, it's Krummel's call. It won't be long before Dredge are here too. No, it won't. If there's one thing we should do, it's tell Jörnd what's going on. Who's Jörnd? Varl King. Well, as close as one we have. Ingvar. We find those people. Stay here and rest, but once yours are ready to go, we do. I'm going to see of those who want to head north. But I'll join you to Grofheim. Okay, cool. More travel? No, we've already come this far. Stop the pouting, girlie. Even if Jörnd won't listen to a tired old Varl like me, I have a feeling they'll pay attention to your friend Ingvar here. They'll listen to Ivor? Huh, he hasn't told you. Of course he hasn't. Do what you need to, but don't be long. Okay, whatever. So we can talk to the guy. We can check out the map. So we know that basically Grofheim was set on fire, and the other party is already there. We are surprisingly not that far away, and we have made it through the wastes. Okay, this will be interesting. I need to check the status of our heroes to see how many are still injured. Okay, so Ivor is the one with the injury. Egil is terrible at performing in combat. I mean, he has great armor, but his attack is lacking some serious stuff. Okay, we are gonna rest one more day, which is gonna improve the morale. I don't know if I wanna stay here much longer. Might take a look at some goddamn provisions. Well, let's spend 4 points. Let's go talk to the old Varl. Krumer, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I've never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done then. What do you ask? How did you get all these Varl to follow you? So who is Igvar? I'll bet you have some incredible stories. Let's ask about him. Huh, I'm not surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us, long ago. I mean, the Dredge bashing type. He was called Ingvar then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, best ask him yourself. Sorry. I'm too old and to peddle in gossip. I bet you have some incredible stories. I might. Or I could be the most boring Varl you ever met. Depends on how much you like killing Dredge. Ask me again someday. Might tell you about the time we filled a dead yolks with whale teeth. Wow, okay, that's weird. And why? How did you get all these Varl to respect, young one? After the Second Great War, wasn't much for me left to do, so I started training other Varl to fight. Got tired of that, made a place in Wyrmtoe. They still come calling, even with no Vars to speak of. Seems like that might be changing though, don't it? Any wisdom on fighting Dredge? Depends how much you know. They're all armor. Tap 'em hard enough though, and it'll shatter. Line up a whole row of slag, and they'll explode on each other all the way down. You get in a big brawl, half your time is spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. Yeah, so basically in the previous episode and even this one, or maybe in like the last 2 episodes, we had the giant Dredge use his sword as if like some sort of tuning fork or something, and if he was able to finish off that ability, more Dredge showed up on the battlefield. Okay, so our party members have been healed, so I feel like we should leave the Wyrmtoe. Grofheim's quite a few days out, says Krum, but nothing worse than crossing the wastes. I imagine if there's anywhere you might be safe from Dredge, it's there. You steel yourself for another long march, and half the town of Wyrmtoe joins you. Goddamn, we just got a bunch of Varl. That is epic. Why is our morale going down constantly? An old man sits astride an overgrown portion of the trail. You lost? You ask. He adjusts the leather strap on his head and says, "No, are you?" He jumps up and shuffles towards the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. "Well, I've seen better," the old man says, peering into the supply wagons, "but I'll join you." He stands next to a fighter, throws his beard over his shoulder, and puffs up his chest. The fighter grins and the stranger exhales, asking, "What are we waiting for? Lead the way." Who are you? Call me Unmar, or anything else you like, the old man says. A man goes where he pleases, doesn't he? His stern look is more comical than intimidating, but you stop looking for answers. You're welcome to join if you can keep pace. Keep pace, the old man puffs through his mustache. No fear than old Unmar. And husband, mind your wives. I'm cursed with the golden tongue, not silver. The caravan enjoys a good laugh as they start moving once again. At least the morale has improved, but I feel like we should camp out and try to... God damn it, we need to camp. We need to have at least some form of good morale. The Dredge are definitely not after us, at least here, but who knows. We are coming close to Grofheim, and a flurry of snowfall seems to come out of nowhere. Quickly thickens until you are unable to see the man in front of you. You shout out a complete halt, but the screaming winds drown out the sounds. A day passes before the blizzards abates and clansmen start to reappear from the snowdrifts. It quickly becomes apparent that not everybody is where you last saw them, and a quick search of the area is not enough to recover all the missing clansmen. Make a thorough search for the lost clansmen. Ask volunteers to scout the immediate area. Make a bonfire to wait for missing members to return. Move on, saying a blessing for the lost. Commit to an hour more of searching before departing. Let's look for the people. It takes time to establish proper search team, but you devise a way to quickly cover as much ground as possible. After a full day of searching, you find many survivors, but your success are dampened by a number of frozen bodies and others who have simply vanished. Disinherent, you return to travel. Damn it, we have lost 21 clansmen. What the hell was this? We just lost like 12 supplies in a matter of 5 seconds. You haven't seen Alette for much of the day. When you do find her, she's returning to camp alone from a fair distance away, looking rather sullen. She keeps her eye on the ground as you approach. Ask her what's going on. I feel like things are changing so quickly, she eventually confides. It's not just that everything is going so wrong. I've been talking to Akil a lot. This gets your attention. Stay away from him, he's dangerous. What has he been telling you? He told me how he and Onef are kin. Akil had a sister who married Onef, but she died a long time ago. They've been bound since, but then Onef left without him. Just left him behind without a word. That's why he came after us. Don't trust that man. I don't, says Alette. I'm not stupid, you know. I don't go alone. I always bring a thief with me. She stalks off back to camp, as at least with a thief you feel a little better about this whole shebang. Okay? I kind of hate how we go from extreme to extreme. One extreme being in the previous battle we have just constantly been battling the Dredge, and then we have another episode where I just do some goddamn reading. That's another godstone. Man, it looks like this one has been drawn by me. At least this fish at the edge, but this can be some sort of whale, right? I mean, the snake godstone has been at the bottom of a dried out lake, so maybe this one signalizes the fish that used to live there. The godstone of Marek looms into view. Upon it carved a great ocean beast. Jagged stone jut out of the snow like shark fins. It's hard to imagine the north-feeling waste being filled with water at one time, but the godstone stands as a reminder of the vast lake it used to look across. A blessing, shouts one of the men in the caravan, holding up what looks like a silver coin. It's a fish scale, he says, pointing out the rainbow pattern that shows in the sunlight. Soon a curious child has found another hiding in the snow, and then a third is discovered. Perhaps they'll bring us luck. You over here, and before long the caravan has become obsessed with gathering the shiny scales. Yeah, let's leave now before this gets out of hand. You start to wonder if something unnatural has a hold on their minds when the call to leave is met with open aggression. Either helps you get them moving again, and you wonder how long they would have kept searching if you let them. Okay, that would be another achievement for the Godstone. I wonder how far are we from Grofheim now. I would love to see on the map. Still quite the distance. I feel like we haven't moved that much on the map. But then again, Rook and his caravan do not know what happened to Grofheim. A thief calls you over, grinning. A row of women holding bows of different age and experience line up before a row of trees in the distance. They fire, doing an impressive job of hitting the trunks. I think they're ready to fill some dredge with feathers. One woman still hasn't shot her arrow. She stands perfectly still. The others watch. Just as the wind shifts, she lets go, and her arrow flies not into one of the trees, but a snow rabbit that had scurried out from underneath. Dinner, she says, smiling. A group of women part from caravan approach. Listen here, says one. Practice all you want. My wife isn't fighting Dredge. The other men agree in chorus. We don't want to see a battlefield full of dead wives and daughters. Encourage Odif to train even more archers. Stand by the women becoming fighters. I'm having second thoughts, Odif. It would be good to have archers. They can deal with the armor from distance, but they are also squishy targets for the enemy. So, it's usually good to put your archers behind some form of a melee combatant who can take in majority of the incoming attack. We're gonna stand by the woman. The men argue their point but eventually relent. Thanks, says Adif. To be honest, it was harder than I expected, but the more people who can hold their own, the better. The women return to camp, not just as clansmen, but as fighters. Beautiful. So we have lost some clansmen, but we have gathered some fighters. Several women are talking expressively at the young girl found nearly frozen to death, now called, oh come on, Augsfrosta? Is that how I'm supposed to pronounce this? Can you give her some cute name or something? The quiet child's face expresses quiet terror, aggressively jabbing at the dirt with a stick with which she clearly used to draw on the ground. Study Augsfrosta's drawing. We don't need to panic, keep her from making a scene. Let's study the drawing. The markings are somewhat intricate. The squares and circles could be wagons, including depiction of yokes in front. A line from the yokes leads to deeper gouges where Augsfrosta has jabbed the stick repeatedly. Depending on how you look at it, though it could be almost anything. Let's try to talk to her. You're safe, Oxfrosta, you say, looking into the girl's blue eyes. She calms a bit before stepping towards you, using her stick to point at the deep gouges in the ground she previously made. She whispers, edge, edge, edge? It doesn't mean anything to you, but you feel like you connected with her a bit. Okay, at least our morale has somehow improved and then immediately declined. We have only 17 days worth of supplies, so I'm really hoping we're gonna run into something. You hear a whistle on the wind and spot a long line of Varl far up ahead, heading towards you. Behind them is a swarm of Dredge, and a trail of bodies leading off into the distance. Get down there, barks Cromer. I really don't understand how these supplies are being taken out, but whatever. Because it shows -6 supplies and there's like, it goes from 17 to 16, so. Don't let them spread out, shouts the Let Varl as you approach the battlegrounds. Soon you almost regret finding yourself fighting amongst them, facing off against a daunting number of Dredge. Awesome. Dredge line the battlefields, weapon drawn. A fight seems inevitable. You take a quick head count. There must be at least 134 of them. You have 120 fighters, 63 Varl at your side. Formations, give the order. We always are gonna probably use the formations. Okay, definitely want to take in some of the Varl into the combat. We have 3 range units, 3 melee units. Well, Rook theoretically serves as both a mix of what you call it, ranged and melee. So let's see, what are we facing against? Okay, so these 2 idiots can both call in those allies. There are 3 ranged Dredge, which I am not a huge fan of. We are gonna try to do this. God damn it, look at this. 22 points of strength. So that's 8 and 8. Okay, let's see, what can we do here? Can we deal some ranged attacks? Let's take down some of his armor. Yeah, this big boy is really kind of terrifying to me. I'm gonna try to move the Varl in front of our archer. That was a beautiful deflection there. Let's try to take out some of his armor so that once we close the distance, need to be careful of him, because he will have his turn after Rook. If we move in our Varl, we should be able to finish off this guy. Yeah, that was some serious damage there. Let's try to take down his armor, if we can. Yeah, they really don't like that Varl. Let's start taking down the armor of this dude. Nice attack. And we're gonna have to run away from those exploding stones since I am not a huge fan of those. Let's take down him because it will be his turn. Oh crap. Oh, that was some serious damage there. What would happen if you would use the ability on this dude? Okay, so I see a lot of armor has been chipped off. We're gonna have to move Rook away if that would be even a possibility. I did not even see where those damn exploding rock thingies landed, so yeah, that's really not great. Oh, crap. Wow, he was only able to do so much. Interesting. Let's use one will point. Yeah, this one... That's horrible. Can you... use your talent on this dude. Okay, let's finish him. The big guy is still standing. That's not good. I'm gonna move you in here and you are gonna deal some damage. Here's the problem, it's 2 versus 2. Let's finish him off. Now the issue is in closing the distance. Now that's too far, I'm not willing to spend a will point. You take a moment to survey the battlefield. We are not chasing back after them. The Dredge give you wide breath and scatter into the distance. Yeah, so Rook is injured, his daughter is injured, one of the 2 twins is injured. Isn't this a damn curiosity, Fasalt? This is the second time I've been sent to find a Varl who is heading my direction with humans in tow. What are Dredge doing up here? Gods, does nobody know what's going on around here? They've leveled Grofheim to the ground. We've been losing ground for days. You're in the fort now. They sent me to gather Cromer and the rest from Wyrmtoe. When we ran across this bunch of slag, and there's a lot more where they came from. Is this all the Varl you've got from Cromer? What have you been doing? Eating each other? Okay, that's weird. Cromer, many went to Blotzbachel. Are you telling me Grofheim is completely gone? And Wagner's dead. Slag on our heels. The Varl you sent off north are probably dead. Are probably dead, not death. The word's ending. Come on. This is old news. We're gathering in a fort. That's where we need to go right now. Wait. Fassal takes a long moment to look over the caravan of men, women, and children behind you. Not them. What do you mean, not them? We just saved your ass. I died before you sent us away. What do you mean, not them? Unless you're kind of mentor. Humans don't step foot in a fort. Now, isn't the time for the discussion? Damn it, Fassal. Who cares about that? What in the depths happened to Grofheim? Before Fassal can reply, a low rumble grabs your attention, growing louder by the moment. Why do I feel like more Dredge are coming? Even though it's beyond sight, all eyes turn in Grofheim's direction as the rumbling becomes deafening, transforming quickly into cracking and splintering. It's coming closer. Go! Shouts Fassal, taking off towards Einafort. Don't stop until you reach Hotborg. So I cannot do anything just about now. And something is moving here. Holy crap, it looks like some giant serpent. And the mountains are literally falling apart. Is that some dragon or something? What the hell is that thing? There are mountains raising over here, and mountains being cracked open over there. What the hell was that thing? Don't tell me the Dredge have some form of dragon or I quit right now. The series are done. Like, how do you move on from there? Okay, it looks like another Godstone. And lots of Varl preparing defenses. 13 days worth of supplies, that is not good. We have 26 points of renown. After 3 terrifying days of tremors, you reach the Godstone of Hardboard, which is teeming with Varl who want to know what is happening. Others busily mend makeshift defenses set up around the Godstone of Hardboard, creators of the Varl. Hold up, pants Fassalt between long gaps of air. We're going to have a talk. You're still standing. Well, most of you. Rest up, then move on. A mountain just sank into the earth, and something is out there. You're just going to send us away? Fassalt, I don't know who you are, but you're not going to Einartorf or Toft. Einartoft. There's a couple hundred Varl here who will back that up. Ivor, where are we supposed to go? Back the way we came? We're stuck between 2 mountain ranges. In one direction, a few thousand Varl. In the other, an army of Dredge and whatever caused that quake. Einartoft is a Varl city. This should be news to Varl. Give it a rest, Fassalt. Don't you recognize who you're talking to? Surprise suddenly flashes across Fassalt's face. The other Varl are starting to come closer now. You hear Ingvar being whispered between them. I think this might be the one person you want to let into Einartoft. God damn it, I do apologize for the pronunciation of these names. The humans come with me, all of them. Fassalt glances between Ivor and Kermer between stalking away, push past the mob of curious onlookers. Ivor, who are you? Some other time, Rook. Okay. You spend the rest of the day recovering. Varl come and go in packs, and most of the chatter is about the wake that just sank mountains into the earth, or the Dredge that are still on their way. You hear rumors that a massive chasm opened where the earth splits. Inspect the Godstones, just leaving immediately. See what other news you can pick up. Let's do that. Morale is improved. You get a lot of unfriendly looks from the Varl. They are not the sort of warm up to humans, having probably spent most of their lives in the north. All you learn is that they're very distressed about losing Grofheim, their capital. Einar Toft comes off as a last-ditch effort. Suddenly, there's a lot of activity. Word comes from below to retreat to the next village over, and you soon see why. A black shadow is sweeping down the valley from the direction of Grofheim, where the quake, or whatever caused it, has obliterated the mountainside. On a closer inspection, it's a veritable ocean of dredge, more than you imagined possible. In their midst is a towering giant of a dredge, blood red from head to toe. You gather your things in short order and join a good many Varl, leaving the Godstone behind. Plus 20 supplies, Godstone. Okay. I'm really hoping we're gonna camp soon, because I feel like this is one long-ass episode now. And, yeah, there's only so much limitation I can do in reading or mispronouncing these many names. Oxfrosta, the young girl who joined your caravan after being found in her frozen, suddenly stands still, refusing to move. She points off to the side of the trail and stirs her eyes full of fear. This again, remarks one of the clansmen nearby. Let's go with Chomi. She nods and slowly draws a tent. Edge, she says, pointing to the tent, then again off the trail. Your confusion prompts her to draw another symbol on the tent, one you've seen before, on Dredge armor. Okay, let's stop the caravan and find an alternate route. Lead a full party to ambush what you suspect might be Dredge. Send scouts ahead to check in case. A few scouts grudgingly head into the direction Oxfrosta is pointing. In mere moments, war horns ring out and the scouts run back with huge contingent of Dredge in their heels. Thought you'd be able to get men on their feet in time. The fight is brutal and over quickly. You curse your luck as you count the bodies. Okay, I feel like maybe we are gonna camp out here, because there was something. Ivor tells you, we can't stay here long. It will take 3 straight days to cross Bora Pass, so stock up. There's no stopping once we leave. He takes off to speak with the other Varl about setting up defenses. Dad, says Alette, appearing at your side. I liked old Ivor. Somewhere in the back of your mind you feel the same way. You focus on preparation instead, realizing that you may be one of the first humans about to set foot in Einar Toft. And this is where I'm gonna finish off the episode, because god damn it, this is a long one, I feel like. If you liked it, consider giving it a like. If you have any tips for me in how to improve my combat, please leave them in the comment section. I publish content on a weekly basis, so if you will subscribe to the channel, you will have always something fun to watch. And you will have plenty of my amazingly angelic voice to listen to while I try to mispronounce all these beautiful names. Anyhow, I'm gonna wish you all the best in the meantime. Hopefully you are staying safe and enjoying your gaming experience along with me. And I will see you at the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.